All right, well, if you like high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, perhaps this fight will be the one for you. You got to think his opponent is mindful of all the skills that he has in that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be. If you are not aware of the dangers of grappling this way, you are doing yourself a disservice. You got to take note of what he does. He's so good on the ground. He's so comfortable on the ground that if you are there and you lose focus for 1 second, you're done. He's a high-level grappler, a guy that has a ton of accolades in jiu-jitsu, and you recognize it the moment he steps into the octagon.
Yeah, a lot of different submissions on his resume, and going to be interesting to see how the opposition tries to handle this appreciable challenge in front of him tonight. Shrieking, that's because T-City is making his way to the Octagon, the former title challenger, Brian Ortega. And a lot of people, DC, do believe for this jiu-jitsu practitioner, his ceiling is championship, and eventually he'll get it.
Yes, the ladies go crazy for T-City. Even his video game character is the best-looking guy out here. Brian Ortega is a jiu-jitsu guy, but as you saw in the Frankie Edgar fight, he has now developed striking to match. That was a massive uppercut that scored a guy that had never been finished before. So as long as he continues to improve, John, he will realize a UFC championship before it's all said and done.
All class outside the Octagon with his Brian Ortega foundation, but T-City has got his eyes fixed on the prize. Title eliminator of sorts here tonight. The date for this featherweight fight. All right, now for the introductions, we go to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Renato Moicano! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Brian T-City Ortega!
Herb Dean is your referee. He's the third man in the Octagon tonight. All right, early round action here, and going to be interesting to see how Brian Ortega approaches this particular stylistic challenge. A lot of people feel like he will have a grappling advantage against this man and most every featherweight in the division, but Ortega wants to showcase that James Lurson boxing, and he's going to throw hands early and often tonight. We'll see how it plays out. Don't fix it, and that relationship between Brian Ortega and James Lurson is as strong as a coach-fighter relationship as we have in MMA. Nice job in the boxing realm by Ortega here tonight. Both fighters throwing heat now. Takedown defense holds up. Always busy here in the clinch, lands a nice punch there. Well, as usual, this outstanding striker has come out aggressively tonight, almost as if he's double parked outside.
Dude's trying to get the job done and get it done quickly, but he doesn't waste any action. Everything is so tight and crisp. That's why he lands, and he can be so aggressive.
How good is this action about a minute in? I think I'm gassing out just watching this thing.
I'm exhausted trying to call all the strikes that these two men are throwing at each other. What a fun fight.
Yeah, hate to be the punch counter tonight. All right, early round action here. All eyes are on T-City Brian Ortega. We know how dangerous he is on the floor, but how about the striking tonight?
I mean, he's gotten so much better. It was during the time away where Brian Ortega developed a great jab from the southpaw position, using his power hand out in front and just really thumping you with that front hand. Brian Ortega is a great grappler, but he now has the stand-up skills to to match, and that's going to make him even more successful as he goes forward.
Just misses with the left hook. Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Certainly showing off some good hands here tonight. Moicano's cheek looks like it's cut here, starting to bleed a little bit now. Shot is blocked there by Ortega. Oh, beautiful. And he switches to southpaw. Now is when we will really see Brian Ortega shine. This is a guy you got to be so careful with in all the transitions of the grappling game. Making all these shots count.
Now he's inside the choke.
Moicano's back in north-south. All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think he's going to continue to attack the body with all of his strikes.
Well, his opponent has not done anything to deter him. He should keep doing this, keep going to the well until his opponent finds an answer, because right now, he seems lost to it.
Moicano's in half guard now. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. Moicano's eye starting to swell now. Under 90 seconds to go, round one. Well, you know I don't like the gi very much, but I have an appreciation, and a healthy one, for these type of transitions.
You can tell he's been in a gi at some point in his life with the way that he moves so freely.
I'm skipping jiu-jitsu next week, too. Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now. He's got to start to protect it.
All right, he's in a half-guard position here, DC, and in a good spot to dole out a lot of damage, I would think.
A lot of damage can be done from the half guard. You sit back on that leg, you press down into your opponent, you drop elbows, you drop punches. What is very key is you controlling the underhook on the far side. If you give up that underhook, your opponent can use the half guard to build up to an elbow, sweep, or just chase down a single leg.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Moicano.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
Well, that was a high-level extended battle on the ground. Now, though, the athletes back to their feet, and no surprise, the crowd responds in kind.
The crowd just loves.
Back and forth we go. Final seconds of round one. Horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. He's got a cut on his cheek sustained from that strike in the round. Now the focus becomes maximizing these 60 seconds, shutting that cut and preventing it from becoming a major factor here moving forward. Well, if you're the replay guy, a lot to like in that previous round. A lot of damage being inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the swelling now, John. He wasn't doing what he needed to do to move his head, and he's paying for it. You cannot allow for an elite-level mixed martial artist to connect at that rate and think that you will not be wearing the damage. He's wearing it now. I'm interested to see what changes he makes to give himself an opportunity.
Ready.
All right, let's get to round two. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Body shot there. And yet another hook connected there by Moicano. All right, now a little separation between the two fighters. Ortega going for the head kick. He misses there. Well, perhaps it's a high fight IQ, perhaps it's obvious, but he is attacking that cut that is getting deep about him.
And it seems like the right decision, because you can see his opponent starting to paw at it. You can see it starting to take an effect. It's messing with him mentally. For him, he's got to continue to attack that area and hope that it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Ortega's looking to pass here, denied by the opponent. All All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC. Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other, DC.
Yes, we knew this would be very competitive. We knew that this was a tough fight. We knew that both guys would be very evenly matched in this fight. But we didn't expect to see this type of war between these two guys.
Both guys appeared to land there. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working.
Oh, huge knee to the head. Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive than we saw in round one, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Oh, nice slip there. It sounds simple, right? Hit and don't get hit, but this guy's defense has been sharp tonight.
Cat and mouse. You got to play cat and mouse. Hit, don't get hit. He does a great job of that. Another big takedown.
Oh! Reverses the position there. Nice transition by Moicano. Continues to apply pressure here in half guard. Moicano's eye is really not looking good right now, Daniel. Starting to swell shut, and that is going to compromise his vision as this fight continues. All right, has the guard closed here. All right, rubber guard for him now, DC. We haven't seen you lean on this in the Octagon.
No, I can't get those legs up there. Come on, man, look at these tree trunks. They don't go up around nobody's shoulders. I like to keep my feet on the ground, and I like to grind. That's what I'm known for. But this guy has that dexterity. He has that ability to throw up the rubber.
Really using his physicality to his advantage now.
He lifted up the neck and snuck his arm underneath to try to get a choke.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Oh, man, every time he lands, it's right on that cut. That is going to have a profound impact on him moving forward. Good work from the top here by T-City, Brian Ortega. Another ground and pound strike gets home. Ortega's trying to get the triangle here. Let's see if he can close the show. Oh, good technique there. He's got the triangle choke locked in.
Great submission defense on display.
Trying to guard pass here. Not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
Champ, these submission setups aren't that bad, but he keeps getting denied.
Yeah, because he's not panicking. He's taking his time. He knows what to do whenever something is coming in his direction. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch a guy comfortable even when he's under attack.
Ortega's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. And big elbows land flush.
He's brutalizing them with the ground and pound. This fight is close to being done.
Ortega gets tagged by that stiff jab. Well, we got a lot of blood now, ladies and gentlemen. I think my mother just turned off the TV, but every time that area gets targeted, that cut is getting worse and closer, theoretically, to the end of the fight.
Yeah, and, you know, when you got a person like this in front of you that is so good at what they do, when you are bleeding like this and the work is showing, you got to try to find a way to stop them. He needs to try to get a takedown or something, because the more he's standing, the more he's going to have to deal with this cut, and now all the blood that's coming from the cut.
Nice. Everything is going perfect. You're striking, looking beautiful. You're hurting this kid. You're hurting him. Just keep going.
All right, well, defense wins championships, and perhaps he can shore some things up there. Here are some replays from the damaging previous round.
Well, he's got to. He's got to change some things if he doesn't want this cut to get worse. But hats off to his opponent. His opponent found the target. His opponent knew exactly what he wanted to accomplish, and he got it done. He's got to continue down the path in order to make the cut worse.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Well, new round, same narrative. He continues to punish the body yet again, just as he did in the previous frame. He missed with that jab attempt there. Winded up on the right there to no avail.
loaded up on that right hand, too.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
Moicano's really bleeding heavily now. You got to think they might bring in the ringside physician to take a look at that cut between rounds.
Back and forth for those.
T-City going with the kick to the body, but unable to find the range. Oh, Superman punch is good. You can tell he's been working on that. Oh, how good is that? The diving punch lands flush to the head. We might get a stoppage here.
I need you to fight back.
Moicano's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time. I'm not so sure they're not going to step in, Daniel, and stop this fight right now. Hard to be a one-eyed fighter in a mixed martial arts set. Oh, nice elbows by him now.
Insane to see a guy throw more than one elbow at a time, but why not? They're landing.
Looks as though he will let his opponent stand back up. Yes. Oh, nice jab by T-City. Brian Ortega. Oh, another ground strike gets through. Big elbow there. Ortega's pass is denied. Oh, looking for the submission now. Oh, compromising spot here. Triangle choke is locked in. Oh, he got out.
Great submission defense. Nice reversal on the ground. Great job.
Not there yet, but might get the submission here shortly. All right, close guard now.
Great ground and pound by this man.
All right, feet on the hips here. Oh, great reversal to top position by Ortega. Pretty athletic off his back to avoid that strike from the top. Well, as soon as he goes with that high guard.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the end.
Oh, he got out again. Pretty good elbow there from the bottom as he continues to stay active off of his back. Moicano's back in full guard. Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter. Slicing and dicing. Looking good with these elbows tonight, champ.
He looks like a Michelin star chef trying to slice and dice in the kitchen the way he's tearing his opponent up.
Ortega's in half guard. Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard. Nice defense.
Oh, how about that? Strong reversal on the ground. All right, dominant position here. He's got the full mount. A lot of different ways he can go here. Maybe try to find an arm bar or just get the ground and pound.
He can attack submissions, but those submissions will present themselves once he is landing that brutal ground and pound he is known for. Because then his opponent will start to get a little bit desperate to get out from under him, which will then in turn leave arms dangling, or he'll turn to his knees and get choked out.
Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head like through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
Oh, he's got that submission locked in. He's in real
John,
trouble.
it looks tight. It looks like he's gonna get this.
Oh, and he's out. Oh, another strike to the torso right there. Gotta get better defensively, or that's gonna be a real factor as this fight continues.
He's gotta tuck that elbow. I mean, he's got that elbow flaring.
Ortega's got the back, going for the rear naked choke. Ooh, that looks pretty tight.
All in on the rear naked choke. And now that he's got the choke on, beat the neck, how in the world did he escape that submission?
Moicano's face is a hot mess, man. That cut on his cheek is getting worse by the minute and worse with every strike landed by his opponent. And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books. All right, we're going to stay with him and follow him back to the corner to the stool because that is a really severe cut that he is dealing with. We'll see if the cut man can stem the bleeding here.
So what I need you to come in right now, I need you to use your footwork.
All right, DC, we got a few clips of the damage done in that round. Can see where things really started to escalate.
Yeah, really opened up that cut, John. The blows are just devastating. He's
He's got to get out of the way more. I mean, if this guy won't do it himself, somebody's got to help him.
Yeah.
Because you cannot keep taking these types of shots.
You ready? You ready? Good.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Oh! Beautiful diving strike lands. Oh, another huge ground strike landed by him there. How much more can one man take? Moicano's cut on his cheek is nasty. Thank God these guys are tough, because that thing will not stop bleeding at this point in time. Keeping busy from bottom position here. Oh, a strong series of committed elbows here. Those are starting to add up. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Ortega. Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
Oh, shades of Kenny Florian there. Elbow from the bottom by Moicano. Oh, staying busy, fighting off of his back, and he lands. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Showing off that leg dexterity and flexibility rubber guard now.
I mean, it's unbelievable to watch these guys who are able to bring the legs all the way up around the shoulders and just control you. Because to me personally, and I'm no jiu-jitsu expert, to me personally, it feels like this is a position to really just slow everything down. Are there submissions? Yes. But the ideal thing in this position is to slow you down from damaging and really just make you feel more in danger than you really are.
All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. Ortega's looking to pass into half guard here, but he's denied. All right, big storyline starting to develop here. That cut really starting to gap wide open as this fight continues.
And you can watch him, you see him, you can see it becoming his focus as he's popping him on that cut, and it's starting to open up more and more as the fight goes on.
All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent to turn back into him. He should chase guillotine, but the opponent turns to the opposite side. He can take his back, throw his hooks in, try to choke, or flatten him out and just go for the finish.
All right, closed guard. Oh, looks like he's going for an arm bar here. How tight is that?
He's got it isolated. Said that he was ready for everything that would be thrown at him. In that position, he showed that and proved it.
Might be able to hook onto an arm here. Oh, he might have that submission locked in. Oh my gosh, how'd he get his arm?
Unbelievable. He looked like he was done, but he was able to slip the arm out and stay safe.
Oh, nice series of elbows. I'm surprised that didn't cut him open.
All right, he's working on the arm bar.
Ooh, that looks tight.
Looks like it's getting tight.
Oh, what a transition to the belly down arm bar. Oh, he got out.
He actually defended. Now, he's not in a great position now, but he's better off than he was before.
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
So I'm going to hit you, and then you hit me. Back and forth we go. This is one of the best fights I've called all year.
Yeah, one of the best fights. And the blood, the injuries only add to the intrigue. It only adds to who's going to continue down the path and get the hand raised. Both of these guys are so tough. They really have laid it on the line.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC.
Oh, he's spraying blood now. Holy smokes.
Ortega's back in full guard now. Under 20 seconds now to go. 15 seconds to go. Moicano going to work here from guard and doing a pretty good job, I might add.
Oh, he got to the spot.
Moicano's an absolute mess right now. There is blood everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them call in the ringside position between rounds. All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, let us now get you some replays of all the damage done in that previous round, including the strike that opened up the cut.
Yeah, some nasty strikes landed over the course of that round, and it opened up a nasty cut. He has got to find a way to change some things defensively, or that cut is just going to get worse and worse. And the worse it gets, the more he runs the risk of this fight getting stopped. Nice leg kick.
Block the strike. Oh! Oh, gotta keep pressing here. All right, I've got a novel idea. You've got a submission base like this guy does and good offensive takedowns. I don't know, maybe grapple a little bit?
Maybe try to get a takedown. Maybe try to get the fight to the floor. Maybe...
Very fast leg kick lands for him.
All right, well, good news is he rocked him. Bad news is he wasn't able to finish the job, and now his opponent's back in the fight.
I mean, you don't get those opportunities very often. You got to take full advantage of them when they're presented to you.
So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. We got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
Moicano's in half guard. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Man, his body not looking too good right now. It's not quite Dominic Reyes against Jan Blachowicz, but these body strikes really starting to add up.
They're starting to pay dividends. You know, he spoke to us about this earlier in the week, how he was going to eat this guy up from bottom to top. He was going to go in reverse. That is exactly what he has done.
Well, the Octagon, not a great place to be when you're looking for a rest or a stool. His stamina has been a huge issue tonight.
It's abandoned him, but he did it. He tried. He fought as hard as he could for as long as he could. Now it's about survival.
Ortega's doing a nice job protecting the eye with that block. You don't want to... Shades of Robbie.
When he's in this position, referee will have no choice but to stop the fight. But now he's in the guillotine.
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands. All right, late in the fight now, DC, the submission specialist clearly is going to be on the wrong end of the... Oh! And that'll do it! And knocked on Moicano! That has got to feel good!
Oh, my Lord.
We go inside the Octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 26 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout, Renato Moicano!
Well, we congratulate him on a huge knockout here tonight. He'll probably keep that smile while he's sleeping tonight after what he was able to produce here.
He's going to be smiling for a really long time. When you get a knockout like that, not only do you get the win, you also, most times, walk away with a $50,000 bonus check.
Get a dose of dirty